So I gotta rant about Elon Musk really fast. There's too much here going on that I can't stand this. We have to talk about Elon Musk and Grok and AI nudification. What is AI nudification? AI nudification, if you've heard of deepfakes, basically AI generated images of people. Maybe they're real, maybe they're actresses. Actresses are still real. Fictional characters, things like that. And using AI tools to make them naked, usually for pornographic purposes. I find that when it comes to AI and making people naked, there's very few reasons that somebody might actually want to do that for like a legitimate reason. Anyways, I have personally, I live in Minnesota, right? I live right here in lovely Minneapolis in my crazy office. Minnesota passed a law, and it's the first of its kind nationwide, banning AI nudification. Now, there are other laws across the country that are based off of banning deepfakes, making sure that you can't create porn of people and stuff like that. Those laws are rooted in a few different cities and or states. And the punishments for those laws are on individuals and not on the platforms, right? Because typically the platforms haven't wanted to do things like this. But what you may or may not know is that Elon Musk's Grok this winter, kind of in the middle of this whole, Operation Metro Surge thing that took over the headlines this winter, especially here in Minnesota, you may have known that Elon Musk's Grok platform started just willy-nilly creating nudes all the time. And obviously it's people prompting and saying, hey, make this person naked. But even though people were complaining, even though people were saying, hey, please take this down, even though many of the images that were created were nude images of real young minors. Did he take it down? No. Why? Because he's jealous that he didn't get to go to Epstein's Island. That's why. Minnesota passed this bill, this anti-nudification bill. It's a strongly worded bill. It basically says that if anybody is able to make nude images of people, whether they're children or not, with an AI platform, that the AI platform is going to get fined $500,000. Now, does the biggest trillionaire on the planet have enough money to pay such fines? Of course he does. But was he okay with this? No. So as of yesterday, the Star Tribune article right here, as of yesterday, tech billionaire Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company, xAI, has challenged a Minnesota law banning apps that digitally alter photos of clothed people to make them appear nude before the law takes effect on August 1st. Ooh, really? Why is he suing the state of Minnesota? Let's find out more. In a complaint filed Monday in Minnesota federal court, xAI argues that the provision is a clumsy attempt to prohibit nudification and by imposing an overboard content-based ban on free speech and the tools of visual expression. Sure. Complaint says the law violates the First Amendment protections and exposes people using free speech to civil liability and government sanctions. And so their argument is that they don't want to pay if people are making nude images of children, because let's be real. What are the nude images that people are making? Are they all of handsome men? No, they're mostly young women and children. Okay? Children. They are insisting that, the company shouldn't be paying for it and that they're working with law enforcement to arrest people. But the reality is, the reason that this law came to be and the way that it came to be was because Grok this winter flat out refused to make the updates needed that every single other AI platform has. Every other major AI platform like Google Gemini or ChatGPT that has image generations capabilities, they all made sure that if something like this happened, that they, would shut it down pretty quick because they didn't want to deal with it. Grok didn't. The reason this law exists is because Elon Musk thinks it's okay to let women be harassed on the internet. And here's the thing. I get so mad about this kind of stuff because it makes the rest of the AI industry look terrible. It makes everybody else think, because Elon Musk is doing it, that's what the whole industry is like. And yes, there are problems with this industry. There are massive issues with this industry. And this is one of the easiest things that you can fix. You can just say, it's one thing where, the platform made an oopsie. This is not what they're saying. What xAI is saying is, we want people to have the free rights, this free speech, the right to post nude images. I understand, because I am somebody who, I didn't get the art major, but I almost had an art major. I've studied film. I've, done live nude illustrative workshops before. Okay? It's not the fact that we can't create art of nude people, right? That's not the issue here. The issue here is that these platforms are making it super, super easy to create porn of children. Like, that is what the issue is. And so I have a study right here that came out recently that was based off of the last year or two. Sexualized deepfakes in UK schools, understanding and preventing AI-generated image-based sexual abuse through better AI literacies. And what it said is that nearly 50% of kids in the UK, and granted, it's just the UK, but nearly 50% of kids in the UK have seen AI-generated nude images of their classmates or have made them. Drawing on interviews with students and teachers from 8 schools across the UK, so again, small sample size, we found that teachers and students express uncertainty about how AI deepfake technology works. Some teachers underestimated how easy the technology is to use. I would say that's definitely the case. I think a lot of adults don't realize how freaking easy this tech is to use, and lacked uniform comprehension that sexualized deepfakes should be treated the same way as non-consensual nudes, leading to inconsistency and variations in school responses. Students similarly lacked basic literacy about AI, equating AI with LLMs like ChatGPT. And even though sexualized deepfakes were occurring in their school context, students reported having received no explicit education on the topic. Kids don't know what's going on. Teachers don't know what's going on, but these nudes are being made. And a lot of them are being made on Grok. Technology nonprofit Thorn released a stakeholder report surveying 1,200 youth aged 13 to 20, finding that 1 in 10 minors said that they know of cases where their friends and classmates have created synthetic, non-consensual, intimate images or deepfake nudes of other kids using generative AI tools. Similarly, a Save the Children study of young people in Spain found that 1 in 5 participants reported that images of them naked had been created with AI when they were under 18. Yet very few identified these experiences as abusive or illegal. Probably because the kids don't know, because they are not receiving education for this in schools, because the teachers don't know what's going on. In England, an Internet Matters 2024 report described AI-generated sexual imagery as an emerging epidemic. Their survey found that 13% of teenagers had experienced nude deepfakes in British schools. The report also found that 98% of deepfakes are sexual in nature and 99% depict girls or women. Yet, 61% of children and 45% of parents said they do not know or understand the term deepfake. Further evidence from the Internet Watch Foundation indicates that 19% of confirmed reports of nude or sexual imagery of children and young people submitted to the UK's Report Remove helpline involve digitally altered or manipulated content. All right, all this data is from 2025, 2024, right? It is not including anything from the beginning of 2026 when Grok's nudification tool has begun. I've seen other studies that have indicated that over half of students have in the UK and in other countries have seen these deepfakes of their classmates and stuff. We still don't know the impact. We still don't know the impact of these images that happened in the first half of this year. And in the US here, we've cut a lot of scientific funding. And so we may not even have the studies to know, especially because, gosh darn it, a lot of the studies that have been canceled by the federal government canceled funding for things involving women. I'm just so infuriated because it feels like even when states try to do things right, even when states like Minnesota try to hold these companies accountable, they just come right back with egregious lawsuits. And isn't it interesting that a government that has been accused, many individuals in the government have been accused of interacting with pedophiles, is totally okay with Grok creating nude images of young girls. Did you know that for a lot of our young people, especially young girls, their first exposure to AI is through AI nudes? If you think about how many young people really loathe this technology, how much of it is because of middle school and high school boys, elementary school boys who are creating these images of their classmates, let alone actual pedophiles who are going around scraping the internet for images of girls they like. This is just unfathomable. And the reality is, We have the tech to make sure that this doesn't happen. We need to hold these companies accountable. And the only way that we're going to do it is by having all of you stand up for all of our youngest people in our society. It only works if we care. And you know what? I am done not caring. I am done sitting around here and being like, oh yeah, like, that's sad that that's happening. No. We have the power to fix this. I have worked in tech for the last 8 years, have helped sell an AI startup to big data giant Snowflake. Okay, I have worked in venture capital. I have worked in a lot of these different types of spaces. And I can tell you, we have the ability to stop this. Not only that, every other platform does it. So what I propose for you, whether you live in Minnesota or not, first of all, if you live in Minnesota, support your representatives who helped make sure that this bill passed, and maybe give them a call and say, yeah, hey, what the heck, Elon Musk, like whatever. Let's also make some noise on the internet and say, hey, Elon, what the fuck? This is ridiculous. I don't know if anybody's still on Twitter anymore, but if you are, maybe call him out on it because somebody has to, right? And if you don't live in Minnesota, but you do live somewhere else, encourage your representatives to do something about this. If women are going to lose our rights and are supposed to like stay in the home or something like that, yeah, well, at least can we, gosh darn, make sure that we're not creating porn of children. Because if we can't, what are we supposed to do? That's all I got. I hope this was entertaining for you. I hope you didn't mind a little rant. My name's Carolyn Holden, if you don't know me, and I make videos talking about how we can build AI better and how we can really make sure that this future that we can have with AI is actually something that we want to see. Because the reality is, there are some really cool use cases for this technology, you guys. I know it's really fun and easy to hate on AI, and it's really easy to hate on AI with guys like Elon who are building things. And I do agree that the leaders in the space are making things actively worse, for the most part. I mean, it depends, obviously, the nuanced details, yada, 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 right? But we have more power than we think we do. And I'm sick and tired of pretending that we don't. If we think about what the possibility with AI, we have really cool things like personalized medicine. If you're like, why aren't these companies doing that? A lot of them are. Some are. The issue with the medical space, healthcare space in general, is that it takes years and years and years for things to get passed by the FDA. And so you don't get the big flashy headlines. But there are incredible AI companies who are doing things to help women's health, to help other people's health, create like personalized medications and things like that that are just on the horizon. Not all AI is just generative AI. There's a lot of different types of models, including predictive models and simulation models and things like that. So just keep that in mind. But I am just so done with this kind of BS. I am. This is absolute bullshit, you guys. We have the ability to do better. We should do better. And not only should we individuals hold these people to account, but I want, if you're a tech bro in the Bay Area and you're watching this and you're sick of this too, do something. All right? Complain to your bosses. Tell them that you care. Because if you aren't going to stick up for us, then who is? Well, I mean, we will, of course, but it'd be nice to have some cool allies along, right? All right. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting way more, which is very exciting. And I'll have a new set soon, which will look great when it's done. It's going from cream to green. Like, subscribe, all those things. Farewell.